This is Mark Anthony with Mercury Time Price Analytics with a midday update. We wanted to give you an update on the short entry that we talked about last night in our evening video. The short was taken yesterday, which was Monday the 17th, at 33.89 with a stop at 33.92. The reason we took that position is a couple. First of all, we had this resistance area on a back test after it came down here to 85-ish, and that was at 89.50. You had this high up here at 92.50. Now, we weren't going to put a stop right above the high because if it gets within a couple ticks, it's going to go anyway. So to our subscribers, the trade entry was put out 11:32 yesterday, short entry at 33.89 with a stop at 33.92. Well, then you had the news prior to the Globex Open that Apple needed to revise their earnings estimates. So one of the most bearish things a chart can do is to gap through support. Likewise, the most bullish thing it could do is gap through resistance. Well, here you had a big time gap through support through both of these algo regression lines. And I posted yesterday morning on Twitter that if you break the cyan regression line, it's a problem. If you break the red one, it's trouble. And not only did they break, but they gapped right through. And so you had this strong move down, found support this morning at our proprietary Mercury band, which was coming in at 33.60, found that support at the European Open. Then you had this move back right up into 74. Now, for our subscribers who didn't have an opportunity to get in this short yesterday, we have full-time traders, part-time traders, folks that have day jobs. One of the great things about what we do is we manage risk. I'm not going to say better than anybody because I don't know everybody, but we manage risk extremely well. So when we're getting into a position, we're only risking a couple handles, and we trade in thirds. And the idea about trading in thirds is when that position starts to go in your favor, you can take partial profit on a third of that position and move your stop either to even, which is the spot where you got in, or in some cases give it maybe just an extra handle. But when you take that first third of the position off, you're looking to get 2, 3, 4 handles out of that first third, and that gets risk out of the trade. So when you take those couple handles of profit and either go even stop or maybe just give it another handle or so, you're getting risk out of the trade very quickly, and then you can let the trade develop. Now, after we get that first third out, what we do is we look for a spot to take what we call a middle. And the middle is, you guessed it, the middle third of the trade. Where are we going to take profit on that? And sometimes the trade turns around after you take that first third and you book a couple handles, or it ends up being a scratch, which means no profit or loss. But we look for a place to take that middle. Now, back to the second entry. We knew it was very probable that this back test failed in the 34 to 36 area. Why? Because ES has been fighting over 72 to 76 for the better part of the last couple of weeks. And you can see all the volume that's coming in right at that area here, in here, in here, and we can pull the chart back further, but you get the idea. And so when we run our algorithmic pivots, one of the things that those pivots look for is where are the high volume areas. And you had a bunch of them right here between 76 and 72. So that allowed us to put out that level this morning as an entry to put on the short position if you weren't short up here. So we had subscribers that were getting in 73, 74. Now, at that point, I was down to my runner. And everything that we do is posted on our Slack channel. We have a live chart for our subscribers that has multiple charts on it, just like you see here, similar to this. We've got our day trade algo, our swing trade algo. We've got some other proprietary metrics. And that is broadcast on Zoom. So all you need is a free Zoom account. It costs you nothing. You just need an email address. And then every day we give our subscribers a live chart code so that they can go on their computer, punch in the code on Zoom, and they can see this chart in real time. For my part, we offer a great mentoring service because I'm on the mic all day long. I've been doing this for 35 years. We have more algorithms for more scenarios than, again, I don't want to say anybody because I don't know everybody, but I have yet to see any subscription service that has anywhere near the tools that we have. So if you're a new trader or a professional trader just looking for a little bit of an edge, we provide a live chart. I'm on the mic all day long talking our traders through the trades, through the setup, through best places to take profit. But we also have a Slack channel where every trade entry is entered in real time. Now, there's times when the chart's moving fast and it may be a couple minutes later before we post this, but just as a general rule, if anybody tries to get you to subscribe to any type of trading service and they can't show you this in real time, and when I say in real time without a bunch of things that are edited, there are no edits here. This is just the way it was typed in. But if they can't show you this, then you probably ought to consider walking away or looking for something else. But that's all posted in real time. So we came into the day, and I had my runner, which is the last third. So when we came back up in here, I put a third of the trade back on, and you can see this on the Slack channel. I put a third of the trade back on at 33.72.75. So as this started coming down, when it was 5 handles to the good, I took that third back off, and that left me again with the runner from 33.89. Now the position was taken off down into 58. Why? Well, because just as this whole trade started, based on a supposition that unless the bulls took this a much, much higher on Monday morning, that it was going to be hard to maintain price above these upward angling algorithmic time price regression lines. That was the impetus to take the trade. Well, where did price come down to? Came down into another one of our regression lines. Now, I will say this, there is nobody else that has these specific time price algorithmic regression lines. I spend a lot of time on the internet, on Twitter, and quite a few other things. I've never seen anything like this ever. These are based on proprietary time cycles, and what these do is these regression lines just cut right through price, and price will fight over it and release, fight over it again and release the other way, and it's back and forth, constant battle until the point where they just get so high that they can't be sustained anymore. So you can see a number of these regression lines on the chart. You've got the cyan one here, the red one here. You've got this orange one, you got a red one beneath it. So when price came down, I want to make sure I've got notifications turned off. So when price came down into this regression line late this morning, that was where we took profits. Now, I took profits a couple handles early. This regression line was coming in right at 55, half 56, and I took profit on that entire position at 58 quarter. Now, because we trade in thirds, and because I put a third of it back on this morning, that trade, which was initiated yesterday morning, February 17th at 11:23 in the morning, the total booked was 69 and a quarter E-mini handles. Now, those of you that trade, you know the E-mini is $50 a handle. A handle is a round number. So 33.89 to 33.88, that's one handle, that's $50. So you can do the math. Now, let me just say that I am not implying that that is a normal trade. As the disclaimer goes, past performance is not indicative of future results. We're not promising that every trade will do that. We're not promising that any trade will do that. But if you look back at our record, 3 losing days since December 1st. 1 in December, 1 in January. Each of those were less than 3 handles on the day. And 1 in February, which was, it was 1 day last week. But it's all there. Every entry that we post is in there in real time. These recommendations on our Slack channel, over 600 handles on ES in January, it's all there. So just wanted to give you a quick update. I did put out a re-entry on this back test, and we only put on a 2/3 position. It's not a full position. Because if we get some kind of crazy ramp like we had on Friday, we don't want to give back more than a couple of handles of what we worked hard to make yesterday and today. But this re-entry was here just under 67. And we're just giving this a few handles. The stop is at 71.25. We would not put a stop that wide if it was a full position, because it's a partial position and because we're playing with house money. We were able to give that a little bit more room. If you haven't been to our website, it's mercurysignals.com. If you're a full-time trader looking for an edge, there's over a dozen algorithms that we provide to subscribers. And for what we charge for it, I cannot imagine that there is a better value in any trading subscription out there. We give you a lifetime rate lock, so no matter what rates go up to in the future, and there will be a rate increase coming soon, you're not affected by that. We bill bi-weekly rather than monthly, so at no point in time are you ever committed to more than 2 weeks. There are no contracts, so you can quit anytime. So we give you the flexibility that you're not even committed to a month. And the reason we do that is because we don't think you're going to find anything that is anywhere near what we offer. But if you're a beginning trader, or you're looking to replace lost income, first of all, you have to understand that futures trading carries substantial risk due to leverage and the additional leverage due to margin. We cannot promise you results, but what we can say is that we will teach you how to have risk management processes like a professional. There's a reason that more than 95% of futures traders lose their money. It's also a reason that professional traders do this as their full-time job. And it's not the percentage of winning trades versus losing trades. That has nothing to do with it. In fact, many professional traders are wrong on more trades than they're right. The difference is when they're wrong, it's a couple handles, and when they're right, it's a substantial amount of handles. So the key is risk management first and foremost, so that at the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, the amount of handles that you're booking on the trades where you're right substantially outweighs the small number of handles that you're risking in any one trade. And let me say this, I try to say this in every video. The biggest mistake that a lot of new traders make is their position sizing is way, way too big. They'll trade the max amount of contracts that they can put on every time they put on a trade. That is a road to ruin. Professional traders only risk a small portion of their account on any trade, because you have to look at your cash as your inventory. It's no different than if you're running a retail business. You would never put your entire inventory at risk on one particular supposition ever. Well, you can't do that trading either. So those are all things that we teach you. But if you haven't been to our website, it's mercurysignals.com. We've got two different services. We've got one service that is for trading ES and NQ, and we've got a second service that is for trading bonds and crude oil. If you trade bonds or you trade crude oil, and I will be bold about this, there is nothing, that's not the symbol bond, you knucklehead. I will be bold about this and tell you that I will put our bond and our crude algo up against any system, anytime, anywhere, institutional or otherwise. They're not going to beat it. We'll go more into the bonds and the crude oil in our video tonight. But it's two separate services. You can have one, the other, or both. And for what we charge for subscription, it's very, very, very nominal. There are systems out there that charge much, much more and either don't work at all or just don't even come close. So if you have not been to our website, we invite you to check it out. It is mercurysignals.com, right there on the page for you. And we will have another update video tonight. We'll get more into the bonds and the crude oil tonight. Just wanted to give you a quick update on this particular trade that trading in threes. This is booked 69.25 E-mini handles since yesterday at 11:30. We thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. As always, God bless you, God bless your family, and we hope to see you again very soon.